I think one of the biggest problems we have in the church today is that we have so much talk about morality and our ideas of like, oh, if, just believe in forgiveness for this and, just don't commit adultery. But and those things get at some things. But the issue of righteousness is whether we really get at the heart of sin on everything or not. And I think that the way the church tries to exist today is trying to make a system that, penalizes certain kinds of people's sins and calls into question certain people, but it doesn't call into everyone's sin for what it really is. And a lot of people get away with having a heart of selfishness and pride and conceit, over others and ambition. And they just have this really mean, hateful heart in them that is not anywhere close to a righteous spirit, a heavenly spirit. But nothing ever calls it out. Nothing ever really gets at it because it's like they're keeping the letter of the law. They're ticking the box. But true Christianity is supposed to be what gets at the spirit in us, what really gets at the heart of all unrighteousness in us. And when we can look out and see that something is wrong, and we can automatically discern that, even people in the world can discern that something is wrong and not right. But because we have our ideas of what Christianity is supposed to be, and we have our letters of the law, those things work against us to actually blind us to almost common sense, to almost like obvious things in front of us that something isn't right, something is wrong. And I think that's really kind of the issue just across the board, is that we just don't ever actually get at sin. Like for me, I'm just so tired of Christian conversations about subjects and issues and this and that, but it's never ever getting at real things. But people will like never get at that because it's like, well, I don't know, but my doctrine says this. So your doctrine actually keeps you back from really looking at your heart and really confessing your own sin of selfishness and lovelessness, because love is only that which does no harm to another. So if it does emotional harm, if it does soul harm, if it's, psychological harm, where you are making a person feel that they do not have a reason to exist, that they are a dog beneath the table while you are a son sitting at the table with your father. Like, while these things are happening, and it's clear as day that they're happening, your doctrine blinds you to really appreciating that and really doing something about your heart. And is that then righteousness? Is that then the real work of God? Because we have to remember, this is exactly what the Pharisees did. They were keeping God's law, and they were so busy keeping God's law. But what was the real issue? The real issue is that their hearts, their spirits were so contrary to the spirit of what is truly of God, of real righteousness. And they had this wicked meanness inside of them, and they never ever touched God's law in a way that it was able to work to discern that. And that's what I see in so many Christians today, is like we're so busy talking about politics and abortion and homosexuality and trans issues, and meanwhile there's just this meanness and this targeting certain people and certain sins and certain issues, and missing the whole nature of sin in every person, and really caring about that and getting at that.